Welcome. I am back with another video. I want to thank everyone for joining me again on this beautiful day. And today I want to talk about how it's a truth, how myself was addicted to narcs. So this could be for anyone out there that finds themselves keep running into narcissistic personalities. It could be even traits of being a narcissist. They don't have to be full-blown narcissists because, again, we can't diagnose people unless you've spent a lot of years with them. You saw their patterns. It takes so much more than just saying that this person is a narcissist, because that's not a light term to throw around. And most of us on here aren't doctors, to diagnose people. But so again, these people that you're coming in contact with could have narcissistic traits. And this could be learned over time from what they've experienced, who they grew up with, who they've been around. So, yeah. I want to start off by saying that I myself, being raised by narcissistic energies, some of the things that narcissists do, I can relate to. And this could be true about you or someone you know. So that is kind of the reason why people will be okay with dealing with narcissists. You may see a lot of similar traits within yourself and a narcissist. The first thing I can really say is, if you've ever been violated sexually, that will be one thing that will keep you with the narcissist. You may be a person that may have never dealt with those issues. You may be a person that might not have never had trauma regarding sex, but you may be a person that really likes it. You might be a hypersexual person that really enjoys having sex. I don't see anything wrong with someone enjoying it, but we need to check ourselves. Who are you having sex with? Is it someone that really loves you, that cares for you, that's showing you the compassion, that's showing you the patience, or are you just trying to get your rocks off? It's up to you. And then if you're just trying to get your rocks off, you have to look further into it, because let's be real, everybody goes through different cycles in their life. You might be in a place where you just want something and you want to get in and get out. Then there's times where you want love. I think the hardest thing is when you decide to start liking this narcissistic individual, and it started off in a sex-based situation. Workaholics may be narcissists. So people that tend to work a lot, and you may be a workaholic as well. So that may have drawn you in. It looks similar. It looks like you guys are just getting to the bag, or you're handling your responsibilities, things like that. Sometimes the narcs will make sure that they're staying away from the house so that they don't have to really deal with you directly too often. I find that avoidance, that could be a way to avoid. And like I said, you as well could be someone that avoids. Maybe you're avoiding the home. Maybe you just want to focus on work. So it may look very similar, Again, you might not know that this person is a narcissistic individual if they're always at work, if they're always busy. A lot of people that deal with expressing themselves emotionally, you may have been someone that got shamed when you expressed yourself as a child. When you've expressed yourself as an adult, people may have looked at you as very sensitive. People may not have wanted to hear you express yourself. They wanted you to just be quiet and hold everything in. That is breeding for coming into contact with narcissistic individuals and basically thinking that this narcissist is just like you. You guys are both maybe closed off emotionally. I think the difference is you may initially be closed off emotionally, but once someone gets into your care, once someone gets around you, once someone gets to interact with you, they see that you are a person that cares about others, that you can be emotionally available. With the narcissistic individuals, this never happens. They never turn on their empathy because they lack empathy. They're not compassionate people, caring, but it depends on what that looks like to you. Care could just be someone giving you some money and getting you out of their face. Compassion could be them sleeping with you, them giving you food or a roof over your head. So it all depends on what your definition of caring, compassionate, what love is to you, because it's all going to look different. So I'm only speaking from my perspective, and everyone has their own perspectives. Everybody is entitled to that. So if you've been wounded, if you have post-traumatic stress disorder, and it really surrounds you with emotions and how you may have expressed yourself and got shamed back into being quiet, you're going to do good with the narcissist individual because they're not going to express themselves, and neither are you. So it's going to make you think that you guys are similar. If you are a person that does not like to take accountability, if you're a person that doesn't hold people to your standards or to your boundaries, you don't make them take accountability for how they've treated you, neither one of y'all will get anywhere in these narcissistic dynamics where maybe you don't like talking, and the narcissist, they're not going to apologize. They're not going to hold themselves accountable, and they're not going to hold you accountable for your lack of communication or your trauma, because basically it is trauma if you're not expressing yourself. If you feel like you've done something wrong, but you don't know how to express yourself, you don't know how to say it. If you're not a person that is used to talking, you're going to look similar. If you are a person that is a flighty person, so if you're a person that's used to living your life where you can detach from people, it's going to look the same as a narcissist. You guys can both come and go as you please in this dynamic, in this relationship. And you're going to notice that it's very similar. In fact, you may be intrigued. This may make you more intrigued by the narcissist individual because you like the fact that both of y'all are willing to come and go without little to no explanation. This could even be with friends. This could be with family. It's just a matter of being free. You may look at it as free spirits. You guys are just coming and going. You're hooking up. You're connecting with this person when you're at your best self. You're feeling like you're not placing any burdens on anybody. You're not letting them see you when you're going through tough moments because you don't want to bleed that energy off onto them. You don't want to cause burdens to your loved ones, to your friends, to your lovers. So you feel like you handle that stuff on your own, and it's going to look the same as a narcissistic individual. These people are coming and going as they please because this is what they do. They don't care about hurting people. They're not trying to get attached. So they're going to make sure that they have different doors open for different people when they want to come in and come out. And this is strategically done by them. Whereas you, the person that is not narcissistic, may do that. And like I said, you may be thinking that it's a free spirit thing. You may feel like you're not placing burdens on people by being able to detach. And in fact, you could be burdening people by doing that. That is a level of unhealthiness because you may need to tell the people why you're going. And you might ask people, how do you feel when you come back? Because they may be done with you. They may feel like you stayed distant for too long. And so when you come back, they may be looking to get revenge. They may be holding some type of resentment towards you because you walked away from them. These people may not wanted you to detach from them. So if you're not really explaining yourself, if you're not really checking in with the person to see how they feel, if you're not telling them that you're about to detach, this is why. Even if you tell them, they still might not be happy, but at least you explained yourself. So it's going to look like a narcissist. You guys may have chemistry, especially when it comes to lovers. You may have chemistry with each other where you feel like you guys gel, you guys get along, you guys are similar. And a lot of that, when you're dealing with lovers, it is physically based. So the sexual chemistry may be wonderful. It may be great with you and this narcissistic individual. The physical attraction may be on point. You guys may be on point when it comes to that. So you have to look outside of the chemistry. When you're dealing with individuals, this will teach you that it's not all about just chemistry. What else do you guys got in common? What will these same traits that maybe you guys have, or the same similarities that you guys have, will it complement each other, or is it going to hurt one another? So I noticed that with narcissistic individuals, and this is not all of them because some of them come across as quiet, as introverted. But a lot of them have the gift of gab. A lot of them are people that are outgoing, people that like to talk. This works well for people that are shy, they don't really express themselves, that are introverted. You may feel like you are intrigued because you guys are complete opposites regarding communication. These guys feed off of other people's intention. They need friends around because they're extroverts. And then you may be the opposite, where you only like to enjoy your company with one or two people. You don't really like large crowds. And again, this could be vice versa. It could be someone, they may start off as a shy, quiet, timid spirit, and then you start seeing, as you notice with time, that that's not them. That could have been one of their masks that they was wearing. So you have to look at that in your life. There's a level of both of you guys being full of ego, and that's a confirmation. My clock went off. My alarm clock went off. But you guys may be full of ego. And this is, since that confirmation, this is what is drawing you into the narcissist. This is what will keep you in a narcissistic dynamic. Unchecked egos. You and the narcissist have high levels of ego. And if you don't really look into that, you will fall into this narcissistic dynamic because you are not checking yourself. You are not checking yourself as to why you even want this individual. You're not checking yourself as to what are you doing. The toxicity that is within you, which is allowing you to come across as similar. Your unchecked traumas, wounds that you have, these all need to be checked and evaluated. Because if not, this is what's going to draw you in and keep you stuck in these narcissistic dynamics. Seeking validation. So there's part of you that is seeking validation from this narcissistic individuals. You maybe want to be accepted. Maybe you want a friendship. Maybe you want some type of compatibility with them, some type of relationship with them where you feel like you guys can be compatible. Again, you and the narcissist could be seeking validation, because we know that the narcissists want to be looked at as good in everyone's eyes. And even though you may not be going out here trying to look good into everybody's eyes, you may be trying your extra hard efforts to look good in these narcissistic individuals' eyes, to be accepted by them, to have some type of friendship. It's all, you have to judge your situations. But this is one thing that will keep you in the narcissistic loophole. The loop with them is seeking validation. Both of you guys could be doing that. So you're mirroring each other. You guys are both thinking from your lower extremities, especially regarding sex with the lovers. You guys are both thinking from a place of maybe you grew up and you didn't feel protected, you didn't feel safe, you didn't feel loved, you didn't receive the nurturing that you needed, you didn't receive the love that you needed in the way that you needed. That is going to cause you to think from your lower extremities. If these narcissistic individuals are family members or friends, then it's both, you guys both at some point did not feel safe at some point in your childhood. You guys both didn't feel the love that you needed. You guys are both trying to figure out who you are as an individual, who you are in this world, who you are to yourself. So if you still haven't found yourself, you're going to be stuck in this loophole where you're just going to keep going around and around and around on repeat with these narcissistic individuals. Again, y'all are going to look similar. Y'all are going to look very similar, especially if you have trauma. Your trauma is going to mirror the narcissistic individual. The only difference is, the biggest difference that I have seen is nurturing versus them not having any emotions or feelings at all. They're going to come across as they do. They're going to say, how are you feeling? They're going to act like they care when you go through things. But really, these individuals, they've experienced so much so early on in life that they're cold. Things that happen, they're neutral. They're not really, they don't have any feelings. They know how to pretend, but they really don't have any feelings. Tell them something that's very traumatizing early on, and then you'll see, look at their reaction. Look at how they, respond. And you can kind of see who's a narcissist and who's not. So These are signs, and these don't have to be with narcissistic individuals per se. These could just be around people that, that you're involving yourself with on an everyday basis. These could be signs from yourself that you need to look at within yourself to see something ain't right about you. If it ain't healing you, it's draining you. Period. It's either healing you or draining you. So if you're around people and they're not healing you, they're not speaking life, even them just always having negativity around them, always got drama going on, always got something negative to say, that's draining you, boo-boo. If you're this person that's always got something negative to say, that can't look at the light, that is got something going on, maybe you've reached some part of trauma, you need to go get some help because you're draining other people when you're around them. So look at it. This is for yourself as far as others. These are just signs. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you're in a cycle and they hurt you, and then you make up, and then you go back to sleeping with them, and then you get discarded, or you get ignored, or they go back to not talking to you, and then it starts all over, and then this is a mean, or it's the same with you. If you find yourself going in a toxic loop, and it's on repeat with your thoughts, you need to go get some help. You need to look at yourself. You need to figure out why these thoughts in your head is on repeat, why you're stuck in this loop. You may have been stuck in a type of loop because you've dealt with narcissists, and now the trauma keeps replaying all over again. Then you go back into, I don't want to deal with nobody. I'm scared. I'm in fear of everybody because this has happened, because I went through this. And then your thoughts go back into being dark. And then, so it could be this, again, take it as it resonates. This could be you or someone else. But these are signs that something ain't right. Confusion. If you're with someone and you're confused about where you stand at as a friend, where you standing at as family, where you stand at with lovers, where you stand at in the marriage, that is a sign that you are in a toxic situation. Confusion is of the enemy. So if you're not sure about what's going on, unsure is no. The answer is no. So if you're confused within yourself and your spirit, and you find yourself battling, your mind and your heart is battling. Oh, I like this person, but my mind is telling me they're not good for me. The answer is no. The answer is no. Oh, I like this family member, but they only hang out with me when such and such ain't around. Or I like this friend, they only claim me when nobody else is around. Are they really my friend or are they not? The answer is no. The answer is no. Breadcrumbing. So if people are giving you only a little bit of their time, only a little bit of their money, only a little bit of, sex, only a little bit of whatever you're getting out of the situation, and they're strategically doing it on purpose, just giving you just enough to keep you hanging on, just enough for you to want more, just enough for you to come back. Walk away. If you're doing that to people, you're breadcrumbing them with your time, efforts, energy. They need to walk away from you too. You need to take responsibility for continuing the cycle, for continuing the loop. Ain't nobody gonna take you off the hamster wheel. You gotta stop the wheel. You gotta jump off at some point in time. You gotta look within yourself and see, why am I attracted to this? Why am I allowing this? Why am I being this way? Take responsibility for your own actions. And watch out for future faking. If you got people in your life that is telling you, well, if you stick with me, this is where we could be. If you stick with me, this could be family, friends, lovers, anybody. They're pretending, they're stunting, they're gassing you up for you to take all this fucking negativity in just for them to promise you a land of gold. It's like you got to go through this tough part before you get to the milk and the honey. No. And if you're taking people through it just so that they can get to something that you promised, no, That's not cute. And that's very narcissistic. And then I want to let y'all know that a lot of the times you might run into narcissists where you feel like they ain't love bombing me, so they're not a narcissist. They don't really speak. They're not, telling me things I want to hear and juicing me up and, sex is love bombing. I just want y'all to know that they don't have to do none of that. If they calling you all the time, especially at the beginning, especially when they trying to reel you in for sex, that's love bombing without them talking. Especially for the ones you say, well, they're quiet, they're the quiet narcissistic type. Hey, if they're calling you for all that sex and then they're going to eventually talk to you like you're a piece of shit, start distancing themselves, withholding the sex from you, withholding the little time that they was giving you at the beginning, withholding affection, whatever the case may be. I just want you to know that sex is a love bomb. That's love bombing. So, again, recognize this stuff within yourself. Recognize this stuff in other individuals. Again, the main difference between a narcissist and someone that is not is your ability to have empathy for others, your ability to feel, your ability to have emotions. And some narcissists will say, I feel this way, but you treating people like shit. So how do you really feel? If you, even yourself, if you know that you've displayed some of this and you feel bad about it and you've tried your hardest not to do this, remove yourself out of people's lives because you see that you are hurting them more than you're helping them. That's a thing you feel. But just feeling something and then still doing the same thing over and over again, that to me is some sort of trauma there, some sort of coldness, where you can hurt someone and you don't give a damn. Again, all of us have, to me, in my opinion, all of us have a level of narcissism within ourselves. Again, it could be that you are self-absorbed. You might have went through something traumatic and now you're all about yourself. You don't have it to give to other people. I recommend you staying within yourself, healing yourself, getting right with yourself before you go out and bring that to other individuals. If you know you got a big ego, work on that. Because yes, we need to have some level of ego, but if it's so big to where, I know I'm this and I don't care, this, I don't care how people look at me, how I'm treating people, you have to check yourself. So I'm just bringing these messages. These are some of the signs that I've seen, and some things that I've been through in my own self. So I'm not going to give you guys any messages that I haven't experienced on my own, where I can give, you guys some helpful things going forward when you're dealing with individuals, when you are putting yourself out there to deal with individuals. All right? So take care. Have a good day. Bye.